Watch out for zombie foreclosures. They're coming for you right now. This is our Halloween special edition video, but this is something you need to watch out for the entire year. Hey there, Christian Walsh, Coldwell Banker Wire Associates. We're real estate brokers who specialize in helping landlords and tenants, buyers and sellers in Southern California, throughout California and beyond. And we're here with an update on zombie foreclosures. We're going to explain exactly what a zombie foreclosure is, how it varies from shadow inventory. We're going to tell you how to hunt for zombie foreclosures, and then we're going to share the spooky, scary current foreclosure numbers. Hit that like button if you're ready to dive in. So just what is a zombie foreclosure? So this is an actual category within foreclosure properties that is carefully tracked, and we'll run through a few numbers on that. But a zombie foreclosure is a property where the owner has moved out or a tenant that was in the property has moved out and it sits vacant, but it's in the pre-foreclosure stage. So the bank actually has not yet taken it back yet. And in some cases, these zombie foreclosures, the bank has stalled on the foreclosure process. So they can sit there with nobody to maintain them, nobody to keep an eye on them, nobody to keep squatters out, nobody to keep the pool clean, etc. And these properties sit there and languish and quickly fall apart. Now, the difference between a zombie foreclosure and shadow inventory, which also sounds like a Halloween themed thing, it's a property that the bank has taken back. So it may be vacant, may have somebody in it, but the bank has taken it back. It has been foreclosed on, but it is not yet listed for sale and may not be yet assigned to an agent or management company to watch it. So that's the shadow inventory. That is after foreclosure. The zombie foreclosures are before the foreclosure sale. So these are notices of default, notice of trustee sale. One other quick distinction on the zombie foreclosure is who's in charge of paying for maintenance and HOA dues and property taxes, and that's still the owner. So technically the owner that moved away or has the property sitting there empty, they're still in charge of those things. And technically many cities have been going after and put legislation in place to make sure homes were taken care of. They would go after the owner of the home in this case because the lender has not yet foreclosed. For shadow inventory, if it's not being taken care of, if those things aren't being paid, they would go after the lender because shadow inventory is after the foreclosure process. So that's an important distinction. Unfortunately, you're already losing your home and you've moved out of it and you're still responsible for all of those things. So what kind of numbers were there at any given point in time? In 2010, during the peak, Adam Data tracked this and says that at that point in time in the nation, there were well in excess of 300,000 zombie foreclosure homes out there. Just crazy, crazy numbers. How does it compare to today? Fourth quarter 2020, there's just over 7,600. So just crazy low numbers compared to those peaks. And those numbers are actually artificially low, you could say, because of the foreclosure moratorium that was put in place by the CARES Act. So the CARES Act says can't start foreclosure. It was extended through the end of 2020 and may be extended again, we'll see, but it says that the lenders can't move forward. And this covers federally backed mortgages, so about 70% of the mortgages out there. Some private lenders have also elected to not foreclose as well. So this is why we're seeing such low foreclosure numbers, and we're going to talk about that later in this video as well. Are you interested in hunting for zombie foreclosures? Are you a zombie hunter? Put away your chainsaw and machete. You won't need those for zombie foreclosure hunting. We're going to give you a few tips. Fact is, it's going to be hard to find any right now with numbers so low, only about 7,600 in the nation. You probably won't find too many, but hey, don't stop trying to find them. So this is what you're going to do. An important first step is you actually need to find the properties in the pre-foreclosure stage. So you need to find the notice of default and notice of trustee sale. And what you can do for that is you can sign up for a foreclosure.com account, and I have a link below so you can sign up for that. And there you'll find those homes. RealtyTrack is another provider of that data. You could sign up there. But sign up for your account and you're going to be able to get the address of the homes that have had a notice of default or notice of trustee sale filed. And it's not going to be a long list. The numbers are way down. So what you're going to do is you're literally going to make your list, drive by the properties to see if they're vacant. When I was listing bank-owned homes, these were some of the things we did to verify whether a home was occupied or not when it was assigned as a foreclosure. So you're going to drive by and you're going to look at the outside of the home and you're going to see, how does the landscaping look? Has it been trimmed recently? Is it dead? Is it dying? Is the grass dead? If it doesn't look good, chances are that the home is vacant. You're going to look for trash. Maybe stuff is blown in the yards. Maybe there's things hanging from the door that look old, or newspapers that have piled up. That's another sign that nobody's living in the house. Another one is the blinds are usually closed and it just kind of looks like it's empty. You can also go ahead and ask a neighbor who's walking by, hey, is anybody living there anymore? Have you seen anybody there? Are there any cars in the driveway? Does it look like those cars have moved in a while? You can drive by at night now that it's getting dark earlier and see, are the lights on at a time they should be? If not, it's a chance that maybe nobody's living there. Those are a few tips that you can do. You won't be trespassing, nothing wrong with those tips. So go ahead and take advantage of those to get an idea of whether the property is vacant or not. There are more advanced techniques, but right now just start with that and you can compile your list and mark it as looks vacant, looks occupied. It's time to dive into the data, and it may not be a zombie apocalypse, but those numbers are definitely going to increase. Here we are to dive into the foreclosure numbers for LA and OC, just to show you how spooktacular they are. And they're not scary because they're so high, they're actually scary because they're so low. So this is what we wanted to show you. We normally go through this in our market updates that we do every 2 weeks, but here this is a little taste. And this is the data for OC and LA, covers the first 3 quarters of these respective years. And you can see just the crazy, crazy numbers. You look back at 2010, 2011. I mean, look at 2011, how many homes went back to the bank? Over 14,000, almost 15,000 homes. And through the first 3 quarters of 2011 went back to the bank. Those are scary numbers. Those ones make me shiver. But now we look at 2020, and then you can compare it to 2019, 18, 17, you can see that we are very low. Now the notices of default and notices of trustee sale are off, but they're not off quite as much as the actual foreclosures are. And that's because as 2020 started out, the notices of default and trustee sale were starting pre-COVID, but the homes actually didn't end up making it to the REO, to the real estate owned, because of the foreclosure moratoria that were put in place by the CARES Act. That is scheduled currently to expire 12/31, and we will see if it does expire, it gets extended again, or if it goes ahead and expires. We will have foreclosures to catch up on. Any given market, any given year, without a pandemic, there are foreclosures, and you can see those numbers in OC and LA here, but we're way down. So we're gonna have to catch up on the regular foreclosures, and then we're gonna have to add in the pandemic foreclosures. So it'll be very interesting to see how those numbers play out. There you are a zombie foreclosure expert, and you are ready to go for a hunt to track those zombies down. Be careful out there, it's dangerous. Hopefully you found this video helpful. We're gonna keep more content like this coming, of course. And I want to remind you, make sure you sign up for that foreclosure.com account if you want to track foreclosures. And also make sure you sign up for our email newsletter. That's where we cover a lot of data, important topics for landlords and tenants, buyers and sellers. Thanks for tuning in. Keep those comments and likes coming. Let me know if you're gonna be tracking down zombie foreclosures. And of course, have a happy and safe Halloween. We appreciate you tuning in. This has been Christian Walsh, Coldwell Banker Wire Associates. We'll talk to you soon.